Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. Now, last time out, we built up the entire fence all the way along the route from Downham Market down to Croydon, and we were working out a little bit here and there as to how to get it around the trees, adding a few more trees in, neatening a few things up, adding sheep and cows. As you can see, here is a field of sheep, and putting in just a bit more detail as I'm trying to gain an understanding as to what does and does not work. Now in this video we are going to be setting up the line, or extending the line from Downham Market over to Croydon. We are also going to be setting up the bus routes, getting the buses running, and then we're going to be doing a ride along, which we will probably pick up in Berwick-upon-Tweed and then run it from Berwick-upon-Tweed all the way to Croydon and then back to perhaps Downham Market, or indeed all the way to Berwick-upon-Tweed depending on the time we have. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's see how this all pans out. So I am probably going to forward the years, maybe a year or two, and just fast forward that, just to sort of show that as the railways are building, obviously we are progressing through time. That's pretty much everything for the intro. Let's get started, and hopefully you guys enjoy the ride along. Okay, step one is going to be getting this bit done, so let's quickly not do that. What have I just done? What did I do? I put a school sign up. That is not right. And how did I do that? Oh. Well, alright. I don't... Like, surface markings, what? I need to check this. I really need to check this. So, type marking text below. Okay, just as a... Okay. But why is it... I mean, it's a bit high up on the ground. Could I configure this to be lower? Text height meters. That's giving me a size. That's not right. Height adjustment. No way. This is a thing we can do? That's... Okay, that is going to be happening at some point. Now, I just need to somehow... How do I demolish it, though? Right, okay, so maybe I have to configure it. Make it nice and high. There we go. And then demolish it? Yes, and then you can demolish it. Okay, that's just something I found by mistake. Post boxes are obviously going to be around, but for now we just need to put the depot in that I want to put in. Oh, hello, that's a nice depot, and it fits rather nicely in. Fits rather nicely in here, which is I suppose a reasonable spot to have a depot. I think that's fairly reasonable. In fact, I would think that this could be fairly reasonable. It's a fairly reasonable spot to have a depot as well. Let's do that. We still have the opportunity to expand the station should we need, but we have a road depot right here, which looks quite nice. Okay, let's go ahead and set up our routes. So we shall have... That's the one I wanted to press. 2 new lines. Line 1 shall be PARD Croydon. I spelled Croydon wrong. Croydon 001. And this shall be PARD Croydon 002. Now we just have to find them. There they are. Add the stations in. So we shall have one that... this could be interesting. So if we do... If we go there to there... Now I've got to think about this. I think... So we could just do the wide loop. Or for now, I guess we would come down this way and just skip that one station. And in fact, skip these two stations down this side as well. For now. So we'll do that. And then on this one... I suppose on this one we could just take that as our route and come back this way. It looks like I have to come along here anyway. And I guess, yep, we could do that. Okay, make that a bit darker. There we go, and that's the two routes done. Let's make how many stops on each route? 13. So let's go ahead and do 13 vehicles for this. So we'll do 13. Have them like that. Do not replace them. I meant to colour them. Bright red. Off you go, Croydon 001. I know that has less, but we're going to use 13 anyway. 13. Same concept. Darker. Like that. Croydon 002. Those are now underway. Great. Signalling. Let's go ahead and get some signals sorted. Yes, I do have shunt signals now. That's something I need to sort out. Let's go ahead and look at where we want the signals. I think a signal set just here would be... I think we could have a signal set just here. That could be interesting. If trains are stopped and people just are crossing. So that's one set. I think we probably need another set, which I'd like to put up here on the embankment. Perhaps like so. For now, I think that should be okay. And fairly reasonable for what we want. Okay, great. Next up, I am a little bit concerned about the signalling through this area. I will be honest, the signalling through this area I think needs to be shortened or something. Something needs to change here. But that is looking alright. Now whilst I'm here, I might as well go to Early and fix up these signals that I needed to fix. So how do I fix these? I do not know. I think it's probably this one that I'm after. So I'd want this signal to be right up along there. And I'll put... This one would tell us what the next signal is, right? That is what that's designed to tell us. Let me just sort out a few of these signals quickly. Replace existing. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, please. That is a very, very clever thing. Well done, Transports Fever developers. That is clever. Very, very clever there. So that has opened up, or that has put some shunt signals all the way along here, which is good. I suppose we should probably do the same on this side. Signals along here. I cannot remember who it was that actually told me about these, because I did not know that they existed. Yeah, I was unaware of their existence at the time. But yes, these are fantastic. Really, really are. There we go. I think that's all of them. And now it looks more like a yard. Great. Okay, so that is that sorted. Now what I need to do is extend the line. So for this, I'm actually going to pause this, because obviously this is going to change. So where's the nearest train? That is the nearest train. So that is the train. Is that the train we're going to catch, or are we going to grab the next one? We'll try and take the next one. Yeah, we'll take the next one, but I'm going to change the line. Manage line. Down a market. Add station. Croydon. And come back. No, take that. There we go. That's looking rather good. Makes sense. Right. What I then need to do is I am going to do this. Because that's Croydon. That's clearly, that's going to be Croydon Sawmill. There we go. I'm going to start changing a few of these station names. Down the Market's fine. Berwick upon Tweed is fine. That's fine. Ollerton, it should just be Ollerton, which is fine. West Mersey. Transfer. I'm going to change that. I know I need to get rid of this, but I'm going to call this West Mersey South. There we go. Ely is fine. Maxfield should be fine. Carnforth is fine. And Bracknell Sidings. Here we go. Bracknell. There we go. Bracknell Holt. It's going to be Bracknell. What should we call this one? Bracknell. Let's call this Bracknell Branch, because it is sort of a branch off the side. There we go. That should help a little bit with the naming. Okay, so now all we have to do is continue along. I'm going to search for a train. Not you. You. Not you. You. Not you. Where are the trains? Not you. Is that the only Bracknell down the Market train that we've got? That one's going to Ely. That one's reached Berwick upon Tweed, but which direction is it going? Wrong direction. You're in Bracknell, that's no good. You're headed towards Ely. You're heading back to... You're heading towards Downham Market. That's you. No, we want a different train. Macclesfield. Bracknell. Carnforth. That is it. That's the only train. Where is it? West Mersey. That's not the one. This is it. This is... No, that's not it. Where'd it go? Lost the train. That one. That one's the only train that we've got to work with. Well, you know what? Let's get on board this from here. We'll catch it from Ely. Sure, why not? Also, this is starting to work quite well. We can look outside. There've been some updates to these. Well, this one's kind of small, but there have been some updates to some of these. So at the back, I mean, we could just sit and look out the window like this, and just watch. I mean, I guess that is what you really would be seeing, I suppose. I can move along on these, can't I? So if I just sit... I want to get out of that person's face. No, I wish that person wasn't there. Yeah, that person's a bit annoying. Ah, here we go. This looks reasonable. We can just sit and watch from here. Yes, this looks relatively reasonable. Hopefully nobody else jumps on board and climbs into this carriage, because that's going to be annoying. But oh, well, wait a minute. I say that's reasonable, but apparently trees disappear. So not so reasonable. I guess we could say we've stuck our head out the window. There we go. Take that as a thumbnail or something. Yep, let's sit here and watch it from here, and just see some trains pottering along. Now, hopefully everybody is having a great Tuesday, or whenever this comes out. It should be Tuesday. That's the theory. It should be out on a Tuesday. Sometimes I just get the dates bits wrong. That lavender field just always looks great, and there's a train in the distance as well. It is looking good. This is definitely looking good. It's a bit. I'm trying to work out. There's just a bit. There's a bit of a missing elements. There are some missing elements here, and I'm just trying to determine what they are. And it is difficult to figure out what it is that is and is not supposed to be there. Commuter service right there. Let's see. Once we start getting traffic down that road, I think that is going to be rather nice as well. And of course, what I learnt there about being able to put labels down on the roads, that is going to start making a big difference in places. So I will start having to name roads. There's another one. You can see the buildings of West Mersey. Again, I'm sort of debating whether to just start building this up. My issue is road traffic. Road traffic will just disappear off these roads. Now, I'm not completely against not having road traffic. I think that it could be quite nice to not have much in the way of road traffic, but it isn't going to be very realistic if there is no road traffic. And if I just build up the town manually, there is going to be no road traffic, and I've got to figure out a solution to that. Because if I can figure out a solution, then we should be okay. Bit of a bumpy section here. Okay, that railway has to stay. I know I want to get rid of the station, but that railway has to stay. Everything just looks right there. Ah, another express train. This tunnel, I wish this tunnel was rounded, not squared off. If it was rounded, I think it would look a lot better. I don't think I can use the whistle from back here. Either that or I cannot hear it. Coming up onto this viaduct. Now, with the node grabber and everything I've got, I could lower this entire viaduct. I am considering it, given that it is quite high up. But, at the same time, how much can I lower this? Because I'm not sure that lowering it will be such a good idea overall. I also need to get busy painting all of these fields. Well, not all of them, but some of them. Adding some with just dirt, some of them more with wheat, as you can see one ahead. Some flowers, things like that. Just getting it looking right. I mean, at the moment it still looks good, but I just need just that little bit more. And of course, as we head around this corner, here comes another commuter train. I will be eventually working out what I can and cannot do here with timetables. I'll probably put the timetable mod in, and then having put the timetable mod in, I will then use that to determine where we actually have trains stopping, what times, all of that kind of stuff. That way, maybe the trains will balance out a little better. Now see, here we're heading up a hill a bit, and this is what I was talking about, how low can I put that viaduct, because we have to bring it into this area, up this hill. There really is no other choice. Either we bring it into the hill or we drop this entire section down, which is going to be a major rework. We are climbing up the hill now. This is just for a bridge. Once again up to tree height, just above tree height, or some of the trees anyway. And here's a little bridge over the road. Again, this could all now be lowered, and this section I think would be safe to be lowered, because as you can see we are now going back down said hill. What it does mean is that I'm going to have to remove all this fencing and do it all again, which I suppose could be done. And then over here, no, actually it's not going to be. I was going to say, could we do a little bridge over the top, but I think it might not be possible. Okay, thus far this is all the old stuff. Perhaps from a new view, but certainly this is all the old stuff. Which is fine. Hopefully you're all enjoying the old stuff here. It also gives you an idea as to how long this railway is, given the amount of time it is taking for us to actually get through this. So far we've only gone through one station. Yeah, I think we've gone through one station, and we're coming up to the second. So we just went through West Mersey, and that's it. Now to think, before Ely there are 3 other stations, and after this there are now 2 further stations. And we are of course going to be stopping here. So we should be on the brakes any second now. There we go, we are now on the brakes. I think I need to work out the deceleration on this to slow it down a little bit more. We want to be entering the station at around 25 to 30 miles per hour, not 40 as we currently are, so the deceleration rate does need to drop a little. Oh, autosave. Actually, sort of a good-ish time. I say good-ish time because obviously it's frozen this, and all we can hear is the squeal of the brakes, which is, as I'm sure you would all agree, annoying. I feel like this station needs to change a little bit, and people are going to be coming on board. How many people is the question? Busy train, 94 of 108. That is a busy station. And see, I think the acceleration rates also need to be dropped a little. This train should be only doing about 10 miles per hour as it was coming out the station, not the 15. So as we're about here, actually it's not too bad. I just think that it's slightly, we should be about 20 miles per hour about here. But I guess we'll see. Now this section of track is a section of track that we have only been down once. This of course only has the express train currently running because it isn't really an express train as of yet. So what I'm thinking is that we should have 3 sets of trains run. Now I think the train that does the Ollerton branch should terminate at Ely. I think that would be wise. Then we have 2 trains running from Bracknell all the way down this route. 1 express and 1 commuter. Now for the express train we go Bracknell straight to Ely. Then we do West Mersey, Berwick upon Tweed. Actually, no, we'll skip West Mersey, we'll go Berwick upon Tweed, skip down a market, go Croydon, and then whatever the last station is, we'll just skip anything after that. Or even skip Croydon and just go all the way, so it only stops at 3 or 4 stations, as opposed to 7 or 8. And that is my thinking on there. We are slowly accelerating up to our line speed here. We're about 2/3 the way there. So I suppose the acceleration is reasonable. It's the deceleration that needs to change a bit. And there's another train. Now of course I did get this working once before in Transports Fever 1. On my very first series in that Transport Fever. Was it in Transport Fever or was it in Train Fever I got it working? I think it might have been train fever actually that I got it working, and I did have it so that there were both passenger services and stopping services and express services, and they were both managing to carry passengers. However, things have changed a little, and it isn't quite as easy now to do that. Coming into Downham Market, I can see a few roads. So eventually this will all be housing, I would think. There's a bit of a drop there. I'm not keen about that. That little roller coaster section needs to be looked at, I would think. Yeah, this is all a bit roller coastery. But again, if this all turned into housing, that would look nice, I think. I might need to increase the number of trains on this line perhaps by 1, possibly. Let's see how many people want to go to Croydon. Okay, it's half a train. Half a train full. So this should all be new now. So let's enjoy the new section and see if it looks somewhat reasonable from the perspective of an actual passenger. Yeah, the farmland I think looks great. Just need to do the odd field here and there, as I've mentioned before. But overall I think the farmland looks okay. Now obviously this area is not very detailed. It's after this crossing that we go into the detailed area. So we have some sheep on the side. I think that looks reasonable. So that is something I shall do more of. I'll just pick some random places and put sheep and cows. I suppose you probably need some pigs and chickens around as well. Well, no, you wouldn't be able to see chickens, would you? Horses you'd definitely see. Maybe you wouldn't even see pigs. It'd be horses, you would definitely see horses. Field of lavender looks nice. But is that the river down there? I think it is. So it's nice actually looking down the hill. So we are actually looking down the hill, which is interesting to see. It is actually really interesting to see that. And then of course we are now slowly moving down the hill. Okay, that field of poppies does look great as well. So I think we do need more like that on the railway sides. Just every now and then. Okay, in occasional areas without any trees is perfectly fine. This is something I've learnt. I'll probably take this opportunity also just to say thank you to those people who are, commenting on the videos and liking it and just watching the video as well. I do really appreciate that support. This series does tend to do reasonably well, relatively well, should I say, compared to the other series on my channel. So I am very appreciative of that. This looks nice up here. The embankment is a little steep though, isn't it? I'm actually moving my head trying to look down over the embankment. That doesn't work. I suppose it's okay. It's okay. Nothing too major at all. I think the fencing looks more realistic here than it has in any other place, actually. Just being slightly further off and not at the height of the railway itself. So there is that. But let me know what you guys think. That is what the comments box is there for your suggestions, your ideas, and your critiques. Constructively, of course. There's Croydon Station. Let's find out how many people are waiting at Croydon Station to be picked up. We are nicely on the brakes here. Why are we on the brakes here? Because we're turning in. I was going to say, this is an interesting one. Entering at 25. And then accelerating. See the problem there? There are a lot of people waiting here. Could this be a full train? There is potential for this to be a full train. Let's find out. Ooh, 66. That's less than I thought. Lots less than I thought. I thought there was a lot more further down the railway, or further down the platform. Sorry. I've not put the bridge in here. That's what I haven't done. We need to do something with the Croydon Station. We need to put some benches, bridges and shelters. That is important. Let's move our way across. Good day. Goodbye. Oh no, we're not moving across. Of course, we're staying on this side. Let's accelerate our way out of Croydon. Now, so again, all of this area should become housing. So this should look really, really nice in this area. I'm not sure about this, maybe I'm not sure what to do here. But let's see how quickly we accelerate to line speed. We are going downhill slightly. But then of course we have to go back up an incline, so it could slow down. I'm sort of hoping that it doesn't. I'm hoping that this train has, or the locomotive has, more than enough capability or power to keep the speed going on this train. It should be. So looking out on this side, I think we need a little bit more in the way of woodland. Sort of in the mid ground. So obviously we have the trees in the foreground, we have forest in the background, but the mid-ground seems oddly bare. So perhaps something to have a look at there. I think the soil looks okay on this side. Yeah, this all looks reasonable, I'd say. And nothing here that looks out of place. It sort of looks a little bit more out of place when you're a little higher up. But once you're down at this level, everything does seem to look a lot more realistic, essentially. Which is great. Okay, we're still not quite at line speed yet, which is interesting. So I would have thought we would be at line speed by now, but apparently not. Oh well. Past some more Scots pines. I think the clump method does work in the way I thought it would. So initially when I placed just individual ones, which I have done near Ollerton, or between Berwick-upon-Tweed and Ollerton, I think the individual ones do not really work as well as this. This does work a lot better, and we are back to Downer Market, where things are seemingly extending further, which is great. And that is that. That, I suppose, is the end of that ride along. That was probably about 20 minutes, 25 minutes of ride along, and it wasn't really. If you look at where we've travelled, we've done from. We did from Early, so we went across there, along here, down here, there, and back. Now, if we look before Early, we've got this entire area to do, which the length of that is probably equivalent to the length between Early and Berwick-upon-Tweed. Let me see. One block across, and then like that. Maybe not, no, not that far. Perhaps between Early and about here. That's probably the distance that we're looking at. So that would take another few minutes. And then, of course, coming down from Croydon, we've got all this area to come down to. So if we were going here, we'd go that way. We split this into two and come down along here. And then we've got this side, a similar sort of thing. So there's definitely about a 25-minute total journey in this, with a reasonable setup. Now what I'm going to do is I shall move forward. Oh look, quite a few things have appeared. Quite a few things have now appeared. Hello. Road locomotive. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hang on. These things carry cargo. These things carry 5. These things carry 20. I mean, 16, 2 compartments. Surely that's a no-brainer. That's got to be a no-brainer, right? Right. Here we go. They're going to be faster. They carry a lot more, which is something that could work in this area as well. No, not manage line. No, not that. Manage vehicles. Replace with. We've even got these, whatever these are. Oh, little Daimler things. Surely this is going to work massively in our favour. Yep, this is definitely going to work in our favour. I've seen these, by the way. I have actually seen these in around, so it's not like this is something that isn't real. It's real. Now what this means is that we should have a better supply of stone going there, And over here we're not making maximum use of these, so what I could do is I could send, let's just sell 3 of them. There you go. So now we've got just trains going around, trains and trains. This is ridiculous. Okay, this is something I'm going to be probably focusing on in the next video, but for now I think I will end it there. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Look at that. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can do so at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your supports would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also, you can find me on social media at ECGadget LP for both Twitter and Instagram. I am going to attempt something here. Not that. Let's see. There we go. Just as a potential picture. There we go. That's all from me, and I will see you next time in Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series.